My name is Casie Ellison, and I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. My mother is Melissa Ellison. She was affectionately known as Missy Taylor growing up. She is from Jacksonville, Florida. Grew up on the west side of Jacksonville, went to Ed White. On December 28th of 1987, someone broke into our house and beat her essentially to death. I was 13 months old. Growing up without my mom was something that I became accustomed to because I don't actually have any memories of her growing up. She was taken from me at such a young age. The most memory I have of her is being told about her and being told about what type of person she was and fun stories about her childhood and her personality and how she made people feel. The most challenging thing of the entire situation is having a void of her and not knowing what it's like to have a mother that's around to, help you with your kids when you need help with your own children, to help you get up on your feet if you need somebody to keep you company, if your laundry piles up, or you need a babysitter, or someone to call and argue with, or tell you that you're not doing something right, and maybe give you advice on how to do it differently. I never got the honor of knowing her in that manner. It's a constant mourn, it's a constant cavity of a hole of wanting that to be filled so badly. Now, I've grown my whole life not having my mom, so I don't know a different life. I don't know anything different than what I already have. The thing that is the most challenging for me is the void of not having it, is being a mom myself and wanting so bad to have someone to look to in that manner and maybe even give me an easier way to do things other than the way that I'm already doing them. I think the thing that gives me the most solace in all of this is the fact that I look at other people with their mothers and I understand that even the way that she was taken from me, death is still a part of life. And knowing that that's already done, it's already happened. I don't have to worry about getting attached to her in a sense. And then later in life, when I feel like I absolutely need her the most, then she's taken from me and having to mourn her passing in that way as opposed to the way that it's already happened. I think that gives me peace about the situation as well. I have such a bond with my spirituality through all of this to just sit here and think that she's with me all the time and that I don't lose her, that she's, no one can ever take her from me. And because of Project Cold Case, my mother's memory will never be forgotten. She will always be here. She's, I can Google her now if I wanted to. That was not something that we could do 2-3 years ago. And this has been the most attention that my mom's case has gotten in my lifetime. And to be able to talk about it freely and be able to understand that this is trauma that I'm going to be able to deal with. This is trauma that I'm going to be able to talk about and face because I have people that are also in the same position that I am, and they understand what I'm going through and they can give me comfort through that when I was in a place of no comfort and not understanding what my emotions were. And so now I'm in a place where I'm able to get more guidance and be able to call when I have tough situations and then be able to guide me in a more therapeutic way to be able to deal with my emotions and be able to handle my life to the fullest. It's amazing because my whole life I had to pretend like she wasn't there because she was gone before I was ever able to remember her. And to be able to be in a place where I don't have to feel like it's made up. I don't have to feel like I'm lying or trying to even get attention by any means. It's truth, it's real, and it's something that I'm able to deal with so much better because I have the support that I have behind it. When I think of my mom, joy is the first emotion that comes up because it's a beautiful thing to hear someone talk about your loved one in a capacity that's happy. It's so healing to have someone give you a story or some type of word about your loved one when maybe it's something you haven't heard before. I love hearing stories that people tell me about my mom, because it's been 33 years this year since she's passed away. And for people to come up to me and still tell me memories that they have of her, and I mean good, amazing, funny memories of how she lit their world on fire, it just makes me want to be that person. It makes me want to be memorable. I find comfort in my spirituality, believing that she never really leaves me, that she's around all the time. And sometimes I talk out to her and feel like she answers me. I find comfort in my family. I find the most comfort through Project Cold Case, doing the monthly groups, doing the monthly Zoom meetings now with COVID, but the fact that that hasn't stopped, the fact that nothing has stopped us from being able to be a group of people that understand what each other's going through, and to be able to have that group of individuals to have even a grief support. They're the only ones that understand what I'm going through, and the ability to talk to them about it is immense for my healing and for my health and well-being. That's the biggest blessing out of all of this, is to be able to have such a precious relationship with people that understand how I feel. I would absolutely encourage anyone in a situation like this to get in touch with Project Cold Case. It doesn't matter where you live or what happened to your loved one or the circumstances of their passing away. When it comes to the homicide spectrum of it, there's so much love and so much support with Project Cold Case and with the groups and the grief support groups. It's absolutely uncomparable when it comes to therapy and when it comes to just having someone to understand what you're going through. I don't think at all that you should feel like you're a broken record, or that you have to be conscientious in what you're saying about your loved one because you're talking about them too much, or maybe you're living in the grief. It's a mourning, and it's something that you have to learn to live with. And to be able to have the support that we have through Project Cold Case, it makes it easier to live with, because you're able to see hope. You're able to talk to other people that are going through what you're going through, and they understand what you're going through. And because of that, it makes it easier to deal with.